Hello everyone, today we are solving another LeetCode question, question number 112, path sum. Let's first try to understand this question, then we will jump to the solution. So for example, if you look here in this particular statement, it says that you are given the root of a binary tree with two childs and a target sum. Now you have to return true only if there is a root to leaf path such that the sum of all the elements from root to leaf path is equal to that target sum. Leaf is the node which doesn't have any children. Now we will take the all the example one by one and try to understand if we are covering all the scenarios or not. Okay, let's start with probably a whiteboard. Let me just first copy this, copy image. So what is the target sum given in this question? The target sum is given 22. 22. What exactly you have to do? You have to go from the root, this is your root, to each of the leaf node and calculate its sum. For example, 5, 4, 9, 9 or 11, 20, 20, 27. So this path will give the 27. If you come on this path, it will give you sum of 22. If you come on this path, 5 or 8, it is 13, 13, 13, 26. If you come in 13 or 5, this will give you sum of 18. So is any of these path matching with this target sum? Answer is yes. So in this case, our answer is this particular path, and we don't have to print the exact path. In this question, we have to return true or false. So for this particular tree, we will return true as the answer. Let's try with another tree that is given in the question. For example, this one. Hmm. Now, what is the target sum given? Target sum here in this question was given as the 5. So for example, if you go on this path from this is your root to leaf, this will give you 3, this will give 4. Is any of the path giving sum equal to 5? No. So for this tree, you will return the answer as false. Now, third case is little bit interesting. So it says that you have given nothing and target sum is 0. What should be your answer in this case? Okay. So for example, you are given this root pointer, but it is pointing just to null, and target is also given is equal to 0. Okay, one perspective of looking into this, target is equal to 0 itself. So target, finally we have to achieve the target is equal to 0. So finally it should be true. But it says that there is no path which is giving this sum. So we have to return the answer in this case as the false. Okay, so now I will try to write the solution to this in the code, but in this first we will miss this scenario intentionally so that if we don't have to cover this scenario, how we write the code, and then we will try to include this special criteria to be included in now. So let's write code for this. So first condition, let's say if your root is equal to null, in this case root is not given at all. Okay, so for example, the third condition that I mentioned, I'm currently not covering. In this case, I know whenever root is equal to null, I have to compare my target sum. If it is equal to 0, in this case, I will say return the truth. Otherwise, I have to recursively call path sum and root dot, I will go on the left side. But what I have to do, I have to subtract. For example, whenever I'm going down, I have to compare the remaining sum. So it means I will subtract the 5 from the sum, and for example, I had the 22, 22 minus 5, 17, and I will say for the sum of these path will be equal to 17. And I am keep on doing subtracting this. So here I will say my target sum minus root dot value. And if I found the sum of path on the left side or the right side, my answer eventually would be true. So I will again do has path sum dot right. Now target sum minus root dot left. So this should ideally it should be able to cover all the scenario, but as I mentioned that this third case is not covered in this whenever your root is equal to empty and target is equal to 0, because this is out of the base condition, and eventually in all the cases it will return true, but whenever you are given the root as null and target is equal to 0, we will return it directly from here as the true, but ideally this should be written as the false. So what should I do? Whenever the target is equal to null, by default I will say it is the false. Then I will check if it's a child node. Okay, so how you check the child node? If left is equal to null and row dot right is equal to null. So this is a leaf node. At the time what I have to do, return target sum, what are the remaining sum is equal to load dot value, and that's it. So if I try to run, it will cover all the cases. Okay, it says I'm missing something. Okay, instead of and this should be okay. All test cases passes. Now I will try to submit this. So yeah, we have successfully submitted this particular problem statement. And what is the time complexity of this algorithm? Since we are visiting every single node a single point number of the time, so overall complexity will remain in the order of n. Thank you for watching this video. I will come up with the new next question in the next video. Thank you.